The giant has fallen. Raila amepoteza kiti cha African Union Commission. Kenya is weeping. Raila is crying. William Samoei Ruto is angry. The country is mourning. Money has been spent. Asiyekubali kushindwa sio mshidani. The Djibouti candidate, Muhammad Yusuf Ali, has carried the day with 26 votes against Raila 22 votes. The Madagascar candidate was knocked out in the second round. Raila withdrew after the sixth round, after he realized that he cannot win. Ladies and gentlemen, what went wrong? That is the big question I want us to address here. If you are joining this channel for the first time, join this explosive analysis because it is going to bring the end of the debate. It is going to bring to an end a debate that was here or has been here for quite some time. Why has Raila lost? Because that withdrawal is just tactical and you don't want to see the final vote because the gap was widening after every round. Number one, why he has lost, it is because of William Samoei Ruto. You know very well that William Samoei Ruto is not very popular in Africa. You know very well that William Samoei Ruto, when he took over, he came out and started actually going to bed with the West. And it's always been assumed that William Samoei Ruto is a puppet of America. And many readers in Africa don't like this. Remember, even when he went to visit Biden, this is something that was published all over Africa. And it looked like it has never happened to any other person in Africa. So this was a vote against William Samoei Ruto. Number two is because of the decampaign. I've never seen somebody who has ever been decampaigned like Raila Odinga. By Kenyans, that's the irony of the thing. The irony of the matter is that Kenyans decampaigned their own. All the way from the social media, everywhere, writing letters to African heads of states, requesting them, appealing to them not to vote for Raila Odinga. And for sure, it looked like the heads of state agreed with Kenyans. It seemed that the decampaigning of Raila Odinga worked and worked so well. Number three, in my view, it is because of age. When you have a young person actually competing with an elderly person, and it is the young people who are voting, most of them are younger than you, actually they are likely to vote for their own. They are likely to vote for a youthful candidate. That is true of the matter. Raila is 80, and many people, many African heads of state are below 70. So how do you convince them that they should vote for Raila, who is past retirement? The other reason is because of geopolitics. Look at the way SADC voted. SADC voted after the Madagascar candidate voted. The votes for Muhammad Yusuf Ali started increasing. Remember the first round and the second round, Raila had won. But after the withdrawal of the Madagascar candidate, that is when he was overtaken. So it means SADC, that is, decided to vote for the Djibouti candidate. There is also the diplomatic blunder that has been made by this government. One of the blunder is where the government seemed to side with Israel in the Palestinian-Israeli war. And what do you expect the Muslim countries to do? They would vote against Kenya. Again, when you look at what happened in DRC, when M23 invaded DRC, what happened is that William Samoei Ruto called President Macron. And I know many presidents were not happy. Instead of consulting their own, instead of consulting with the African head of state, he started by actually approaching a man, a colonizer. And this one must have annoyed many countries, many head of state, because it was actually diplomatically, it was actually a failure. It's something that should not have happened. The other thing is because of the absence of Museveni. You know, Museveni is very influential. You know, Museveni is the one who said that he was going to second the candidature of Raila Odinga. Where was he? He just sent a representative. His absence was actually calculated. His absence was maybe very, very deliberate. Because when you look at it, when he's not there, and he's the one who was seconding Raila Odinga, and he'd promised to ensure Raila wins, you see, his influence is gone. Maybe that is what was missing. Remember, Museveni is a respected head of state. Remember, Museveni has been in government for long. Remember, Museveni is consulted by many heads of state. His absence told it all. Why did he not attend? Maybe it is something that we can discuss in another discussion. Then, if you ask me, there is that sense of entitlement that the government had. They felt that Kenyans are entitled to this position. Raila is entitled to this position, further from the truth. And even that carrying a huge delegation, huge politicians, huge number of politicians to Addis Ababa. I think even Nelson Mandela Hall was laughing at Kenyans, asking, mmekuja kufanya nini? Right? Everybody was there. The whole government machinery was there, spending taxpayers' money. This one must have annoyed the gods. This one must have annoyed heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, there is also the diplomatic credentials of Muhammad Ali Yusuf. This man is a man who has been in it for long. A foreign affairs minister who has actually been interacting with many heads of state. And his approach was also very, very admirable. When you look at Raila Odinga, he campaigned too much. And I think Kenyans, we might have reached a point where we became a nuisance to other African heads of state. We campaigned too much. Why do we campaign all this? Spending money, moving from one country to the other. In fact, you would have thought that Raila Odinga was campaigning to be the president of Africa. Africa does not have a president. What we have is independent African states, each with a head of state. But if Africa is a continent, we don't have a president. So it was expected. I told you in my yesterday's video that Raila has been thrown to the wolves. And a number of Kenyans asked, which wolves? He has been left to fate. In the morning, I told you, in the morning he was actually the favorite. And that is why you saw it in the first round and the second round. That is the truth of the matter. When we had three candidates, I want to explain very clearly what I meant here. Among the three candidates, Raila was the favorite. And that is why he led in round 1 and round 2. But when the Madagascar candidate was eliminated, that is when the table was turned. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. Sijui hawa watu watarudi wapi. I think the greatest loser here is William Samoei Ruto. It's not even Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga, I don't know whether he's going to retire. I don't know how he's going to take it. But if you ask me, I think William Samoei Ruto need to go to the drawing board. They also left Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And I think maybe those votes could have come from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta never came out to support or endorse or talk about Raila Odinga. He never. He kept at the periphery. Hasa angalia matokeo. Angalia ni matokeo. Guys, namwambia Raila Odinga, pole baba. Have a blessed day. Please like the video, share and comment.